Hey guys, welcome back to Filters of MENA Edition. I'm your host Bharath. Today's guest is a campaign architect, data hunter, and relentless brand builder across retail, CPG, and e-commerce. She's here to talk about what really moves market share in the MENA region. Say hello to Chesna Ann John. Chesna, welcome to Filters Off.
Really excited to see you in Dubai.
Thank you so much. Same here. Let's go to segment one without further ado. Alright, so segment one is 360-degree campaigns. Where does the real ROI come from, right? So you've run end-to-end campaigns across radio, TV, print, digital, and more. Where do you see the most impact and the most wasted effort?
See, I think the impact of any campaign completely depends on the objective. So once you set the objective, once your ROI is cleared, then you know where to, invest. Right. So just doing ATL alone or just doing digital alone, it's not going to fix the problem, or it's not going to give you a solution. So your media mix has to depend on what your objective is. Mm-hmm. So I think the impact of any campaign largely depends on the objective. Mm-hmm. So once your objective is set, it's very easy to craft the media mix.
Right.
And in these days, people say traditional media is dead, but it's actually not. Mm-hmm. And the world around you is moving towards more tech-driven, digital, AI, and there are tools like ChatGPT. Yeah. But I think putting all your eggs in one digital basket, that's not gonna work. And diversification is key. So bottom line is that if you want higher reach, mass media becomes the better choice. Okay. And if you're looking at, very faster ROI, or you want virality of the content and, eyeballs very quickly, then I think digital is what works.
To go. Yeah.
So in a nutshell, don't choose the sides, just strike the right balance.
Right. So you touched upon the impact driving, mediums. Where are the wasted efforts going? Where do you think, which are the channels where you're probably draining budgets?
I think again that is a evaluation because when you say different kinds of industry works in different metrics, because I come from both fashion background as well as currently I am with FMCG.
FMCG, yeah.
So what worked for fashion industry may not necessarily work for in FMCG.
Right.
So I think you have to sometimes do trial and experiment, but it also depends on the budget, your marketing budget. So if you have really great budget, I think ATL is a very good choice. But if you are like a startup just starting, then I think BTL is like, just going with on-ground activities, events, sampling. That's where you can start.
Right. Also, touching upon these different channels, which are the channels that deliver sales versus that just look good, on paper?
See, as I said earlier, the faster ROI definitely comes from, say, digital, or if you're tracking e-commerce, because you know that you put in an ad and then you're getting instant result by looking at the ATC. Okay. And the worth of the products that you have sold online. So you get to know the ROI and the impact of the ad that you did. Yeah. But when it comes to a medium like ATL, where you are, say, investing in TV or radio or print, the objective there is to reach out to the mass, create awareness, which will not give you a direct impact on sales, because it's going to build your brand for a longer time. And one way to see it is, say, you're running one campaign for 2 months. And there are methodologies like, just after the campaign is done, you do a BLS, brand lift study, to see that during the campaign period, whether there was a surge in awareness or brand funnel.
Right.
So through that, you can evaluate your media mix. But again, to, correlate ATL correlating directly to sales is something which, I think even Kotler couldn't explain. But as a marketer, generally when you sit across the board, you get this question a lot of the time.
How do you
that
attribute?
you are talking about big budgets, you want to do TV, you want to do radio, but how are you going to bring sales? Because ultimately sales is what everyone talks about. But my answer to that is you will not have direct impact on sales
there.
when it comes to ATL in particular.
Okay, so you just touched upon attribution, right? So attribution is a big headache. How do you deal with it in the omni-channel marketing space? What do you do?
See, when it's omni-channel, it's easier because nowadays, I think most of the brands are present online, especially with the pandemic hit.
Right.
A lot of the brick and mortar stores or the offline business have come in online.
Right.
So when it is online, it's easier to attribute it. So like as I said, you're putting an ad. In case of Dubai, say if for FMCG, if I'm putting it on Noon or Talabat, then I know I'm running it for a week. I can measure. I have certain KPIs or metrics attached to it, and I know whether I am putting my eggs in the right basket.
Okay.
So in that way, for omni-channel, it's easier to evaluate attribution, and also what people are doing is social media has also become a platform to sell. Right. So you can tag in your products and redirect people to either your own website or third-party websites, and then again you can see the traction from that. So with digital, I think if I was probably only doing digital, my job would have been a little easier because I can explain the attribution. But when you see holistically in marketing, when you have, as a brand, if you're investing into different media mix. And if you have a diverse media plan, then attribution is very difficult. But with gaining experience, you learn a lot because there are now a lot of tools which is coming to evaluate not only digital but even ATL. There are factors like reach, frequency, and even things like for influencers also.
Okay.
How are we going to evaluate? Earlier it used to be just spending, but so all of these have been now factored in.
Right. True that. All right, Chesna, let's go to segment 2, right? Influencer activation, truths behind the hype, right? You've coordinated 50 plus influencers in a year probably, right? So what's the myth about influencer marketing that brand teams still fall for?
I think influencers are now part of every marketing playbook.
Okay.
And I think even if you're a budding brand to an established brand, you want influencers, right? That's how it has become. And influencers also, range from say nano to micro to mega and whatnot.
Right.
But the question here is when a brand is decided to do influencer activation, a lot of the times people are just blindly spending. And influencers who are like popular, they are just getting the upper hand and they quote whatever. And then you, as a brand, if you're not evaluating, then you're just falling into the pit. So I think it's important to also define metrics for influencers. Like, just to give you an example, like if someone, as an agency, if you get profiles or if you have influencers in your mind, evaluate their CPV, cost per view, look at their follower insights, their page insights, what are the kind of followers they have. Is it the consumer that you really want to target, that you are, reaching out via these influencers? Look at the influencers' reach, look at their engagement, because these days people buy followers, right? There are also a lot of bot followers that is there in influencers. Sometimes you say that, okay, I have an influencer of 1 million, but how many of those followers are quality followers?
Real followers.
Yeah. And as a brand, I want to say talk to Indians, but I want to talk to Pakistanis, or I want to talk to Arabs. And then I take one influencer because they are just popular. But if I look at their audience, if they are not having audience from India, Pakistan, or say GCC, then I'm not speaking to the right
audiences.
So these kind of page insights need to be evaluated, and then you associate it to the spend that you're doing. As I said, CPV is a good measure. So then you realize it's not about the number of influencers you're doing, it's about the quality of the
Quality of
influencers. Yeah.
How to avoid influencer fraud and wasted spends? You've touched upon all the metrics and CPV and so on, right? How do you avoid fraud happening from this side?
So there are multiple ways. If you have an agency, most of the agencies do have very good influencer softwares and tools. So through the tools, you can also get the information about the page insights of the influencers. So you can request that, say they are suggesting 10 profiles to you for a campaign. And I can request the page insights of the 10 influencers, and then I evaluate, is this relevant to my brand?
Right.
The other way of doing it is, if you really want to do it directly with the influencer, you can directly reach out to the influencer and ask, like if you or your team member who can fully be invested into it.
Okay.
And by looking into that, you will get to know that these, as I said, the followers, the engagement. See, if you have a lot of followers and you look at the engagement rate, it's quite low.
Right.
People are not commenting, people are not reposting or sharing. Then you realize that there is a gap. Because someone with so much of followers ideally should have more views.
Right.
And at least they should have a minimum engagement rate. If these kind of metrics is not matching, then you realize that their followers are not authentic or they are not quality followers.
Right.
So these are some ways to do it. And I think most of the influencer agencies are proficient and they come up with these tools to figure it out.
Right. True. That's true. Very interesting. All right, Chesna, let's go to segment 3, right? So from launch to loyalty, the realities of new product development, that's basically the section. You launched multiple products from scratch. What are the biggest success factors and pitfalls for FMCG launches in this region?
See, before you launch a product, it's very necessary you do your basic research. Because if you don't have deep consumer understanding, you are not doing the right kind of background check, then you're just making a mistake.
Okay.
And especially when it comes to food industry, there's a lot of work that needs to be done, and there is a close coordination which is needed with the product development or innovation team. So every FMCG do have a department or a function like this. And it takes years sometimes to bring in a new recipe or a product, and a lot of research is done, and especially since it's food, you have to do a lot of sample testing. And then there are regulatory checks. If you want to export your food beyond your country, say home country India, you need to have all the boxes ticked from the regulatory point of view.
Right.
So all of this becomes a very hideous task, but ultimately, if you have the right product, then marketing it becomes very easy.
Right.
But research needs to be involved.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's true. So by research, I'm also just delving a little deep on how do you identify real market gaps or versus trend chasing. So how do you know whether you're actually chasing something on just because someone else is doing it in a trending segment, or you're finding some gaps that are real in the market and your product development works basically to solve for that?
I think, as I said, one of the point was sample testing. So, before you launch any product, the sample testing is very key. So you can do an internal check as well as an external check. Okay. So internally, like as you said, you first take your internal stakeholders on board. So, you convince your sales team, you convince your trade team, so you make them try your product. Yeah. Or make them to take it to their home and, check with their family or relatives and see how it works. And externally, you also give it to a lot of the good culinary experts or chefs, or, you can give these samples to restaurants and Horeca chain and then evaluate. So by this way, you will get to know what's the real feedback. And this is a must. And in any food industry or anything related to food, this will help you to make the tweaks needed in terms of the recipe.
In terms of the recipe.
Yeah.
Okay. You just explained, you got a buy-in from all of these stakeholders. Now, how does a launch plan adapt across India, UAE, and the GCC? Is it different or is it the same?
Definitely, it's different because when you are speaking to Indians
In India?
In India, it's difficult to break the clutter because you're speaking to over 1 billion population is there. There are X number of competition, and all of this makes it difficult to make an impactful launch.
Right.
Even if you have the right product, if the marketing is not done properly, then you may not be able to get the correct ROI. But say in a country like UAE, we are not talking about such a big population. But again, the money factor is there because everything here becomes a little expensive. Your wallet will feel the difference.
Okay.
So, because Habibi, we are talking about Dubai.
Yeah, true that. All right, Chesna, let's go to segment 4. You already touched upon AC, Nielsen, and others that you kind of are reliant on for data, right? So market share, category data, and AC Nielsen obsession. That's the segment. So everyone chases market share data, but what numbers really matter for brand growth and what doesn't?
Market share data is vital, but that is not going to give you the entire picture.
Right.
Because AC Nielsen will give you the trend. As I said, for your particular category, you want to see what's happening with the competition, what's happening with the category. All of these trends can be determined via AC Nielsen. But there's more to it. Like if you want to know close factors related to your product or your category, you need also these e-post data, which you generally get from the retailers.
Okay.
Where you can deep dive into what's the buying behavior, which of the products are being consumed more or bought more, what's the frequency, the quantity, and all of this information is also important for you as a brand because you just don't want to know what's happening in the outside world, you also want to know what's happening with your inside portfolio. So POS data becomes very important.
Okay.
And there are multiple agencies, AC Nielsen is one, but agency like Kantar, they are actually gold in terms of, household panel data. But these agencies, multiple agencies give you multiple data. And, it's like big data and then you have to
Crunch it down.
Yeah. And then it's how you analyze it that will give you the right amount of the correct follow to make the decision ahead.
Nice. All right. So you just touched upon again, how do you crunch the data and so on, right? When to trust market research and when to trust your gut. What do you do?
I think market research, it's important that occasionally that you also be a part of the process. You can't just rely on any, say, the bigger agencies and just leave it to them.
Okay.
Sometimes it's important that you also be part of the process. You visit a couple of houses along with them as, say, a part of the research team. I have done that. And it actually gives you real eyes or, real insights of what your consumer is saying. So you don't want to be lost in the transmission of data from this. But I'm not saying that, you can't trust the agencies. But sometimes it's good to be involved in this process as well.
Yeah. Are they different when you do this studies, like you said, are they different than what you get from market research data?
No, but it's like if you were to go for every visit and you were to be part of every consumer interview, it's a really time-taking process.
Right.
But be a part of at least 2 or 3, at least occasionally in a year, try to do that because you also want to hear it from the horse's mouth, right? What they are actually talking about your brand or your product.
Right.
So that has given me a lot of inputs. And when it comes to gut, definitely gut is also something which comes with experience.
Yeah.
And when you have the right experience in the market, your gut feeling is
Very strong.
very strong about it. Yeah.
Right. All right. So how to actually, action based on data that you get, the insights that you get, not just report it, right? Like just taking a report, sending it to your management. What do you do and action based on what it's giving you as an output?
I think constantly watch the data, keep a track of it. Like it's not like, you get these reports monthly and quarterly and all.
Okay.
So keep seeing it, because if you just see it once and then you don't see it at all, then you also tend to forget.
Right.
You will not be able to see the
Patterns.
So I think you always keep constantly looking out for data.
Right.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, Chesna, let's go to segment 5 now, right? So e-commerce, events and modern trade. What's changed from the pandemic and now, right? So how is the rise of e-commerce and events changing the playbook for retail and the FMCG marketers?
I think it's been a very eventful change, especially post-pandemic. Most of the consumers want everything at the tap of their finger. And some statistics do show that, countries like Saudi and UAE are fastest in terms of e-commerce boom. And, seeing it around also, like maybe initially here there used to be 1 or 2 players, but now we have like so many players, 10, 20 players around this country, which shows that, e-commerce is rising and people want everything quite fast.
So what shifts have you seen in channel priority post the pandemic? Is there only e-commerce, or have you seen any difference in modern trade, events? What's your thoughts?
Definitely, because earlier, say, when people wanted to do grocery shopping, they would just go to a retailer and they'll buy whatever is for the week or the month. Nowadays, you can see a lot of Noon and Talabat guys carrying the grocery to each of the houses around you, because they also have launched quick commerce. Sometimes you're forgetful about a couple of things that when you decide to make some dish, and then you have these quick commerce people running around to help you out.
Right.
So that's the trend which has emerged, like delivery in 15 minutes in India. Also, you have seen this in Zomato and all of that. But yeah, delivery in 10 minutes. Noon has launched something like Noon Now.
Okay.
So all of this is another development which has happened. And when it comes to modern retailers, I think the bigger retailers have also realized that maybe not only sell through third party, they need to have their own D2C websites. So say Lulu has now their own Lulu website, or Carrefour has their own website, which is also catering to the online customers.
Right. Like so, how in this kind of e-commerce and quick commerce growth that is happening, how does sellout offers D2C compared to traditional trade? What is the difference that you're seeing in both these categories per se?
I think there are good offers in online when it comes to say bundling or something related to the occasions. Say you have summer offers or something like a festival is coming out, and then there are some kits or there is some bundling, buy one get one, all of these kind of things that can be done through e-commerce easily.
Right.
Because when it comes to the brick and mortar, there might be certain capacities that it will limit you.
Right.
But in online, these kind of things, and also cross-selling as a brand, that say I am selling spices and masala, but for a need, I need a rice partner, or say a ghee partner and an oil partner.
Right.
And if I do a cross promotion with multiple brands,
Sales is huge, right?
Sales is also good. Yeah. So these are things which I can do online very easily compared to brick and mortar, which needs a lot of
planning,
permissions.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
All right, Chesna, let's go to segment 6 now. It's a very fun segment. Explain, like, I'm a 5-year-old, right? So I'm a 5-year kid, and you'll have to dumb the idea down and explain it to me. Your topic is explain why brand launches need research to a 5-year-old.
Okay. So, imagine you throw darts in the dark.
Okay.
Where will it fall?
No idea.
No idea, right?
Yeah.
So, that's exactly like if you launch a product without doing any research. So, why research is important is when you're launching a product, consider it this way easier, to make it easier for you, consider it like 5 W's. What are you launching?
Okay.
Who are you launching it? Why are you launching it? When are you launching it?
Okay.
Where are you launching it?
Okay.
Okay?
Who, when, why, where?
Who, what, when, where, why.
Okay. All right.
So these 5 W's get mostly answered from the research.
All right.
And then once this is done, it becomes easier to market the product or launch the product.
Throw the dart.
Yeah. So then you are no longer throwing the dark in the dark.
Nice. Good. Interesting and very, easy for a kid to understand. All right, Chesna, let's go to segment 7, the growth confession booth, right? So what's one channel growth hack or a campaign trend you used to swear by probably when you were younger and, now you see as overrated?
I think print,
Okay.
because I feel print media is sort of dying. I don't see people around me reading newspapers like how you used to see in your childhood. People used to read newspapers and see ads on the newspaper. Still, brands are doing it, but is it actually giving you the ROI is the question. Because I have the, say, Times of India or Gulf News, everything on my finger tap. I would like to read it online.
Okay. But is there any other channel other than print? Or is it just print?
Print just came on top of my mind.
Okay. Like you touched upon influencers at a point, right? How do you look at influencers? So is there any other channel other than print on the digital side?
On the creative bit, in terms of social, now that we have AI, people need not invest a lot on, getting these Shutterstock images and making creatives out of it.
Okay.
Rather, you just invest in getting a proper AI tool.
Right.
The AI does the job for you.
Just the job. Okay.
Yeah. So I think that's where you can optimize your spend. I'm talking now from an agency point of view.
Okay.
Because I have a graphic designer, I'm paying him for X number of hours to do couple of creatives, where AI may be able to deliver 10 creatives faster.
Second, yeah.
Yeah.
True, that's true. All right, Chesna, let's go to segment 8. $500K, no Facebook, no Google challenge, right? So if you had $500K to launch a new product, but could not use Meta, Google, in fact, any major, social media platforms, right? What would you do?
I think you put me in the dinosaur era where we don't have any of this. But okay, I would probably, go to the old age time of doing ads through mass media,
Okay.
like TV,
All right.
radio. I would collaborate with some, celebrities and make a very impactful launch,
Okay.
so that I get the attention of people through these media and people come to see the celebrity, or maybe hoardings, because that's very eye-catchy. And say in Dubai, if you get a hoarding in Sheikh Zayed Road, then you cannot go unnoticed.
Okay.
So,
But would you not explore anything other than Meta and Google on digital? Would you not look at, let's say, ad networks or display, OTTs? In India, there is OTTs. I'm not sure here if there are any.
So here the thing, OTT is not, there are not much OTT platforms like in India. And Netflix and Amazon now I think is promoting ads, but they don't support much of ads there.
Yet.
Yeah.
Right.
It depends on the region. So this region is quite stringent when it comes to data and social media, privacy issues, all of this is there. So that's why I said that something like a big event
Right.
with a celebrity or a hoarding can catch the eyes easily. Yeah.
All right, Chesna, let's go to the next round of segment 9, which is rapid fire. This is a very fun segment, and this is one of the initial segments from season 1, and it's a very popular segment as well. So basically, I'll give you a word or a metric. It can be a term, a marketing trend, or whatever, right? So you will have to tell me what comes to your mind instantly. Don't take much time, just a second.
It's a rapid fire.
Yeah, it's a rapid fire.
Okay.
Let's go for it.
Yeah.
Wi-Fi.
Internet.
Coffee.
I love it.
Okay. Market share.
AC Nielsen.
Okay. Influencer.
Big money.
Okay. ATL.
TV.
Okay. Sampling.
Love to eat.
Right. AC Nielsen.
Trend analysis.
Right. E-commerce.
Quick.
Trade marketing.
Planogram.
All right. Product launch.
Celebrities.
Right. Category growth.
Surge.
All right. Brand health.
Kantar.
You are fixated on all this market share, market research.
Because these agencies are like monopolies when we come to these kind of data. I don't think any of the others can beat their records.
True. All right, Chesna, it's the last segment. Bear with me a few more minutes. It's a legacy POV segment, right? So from fashion to food, launches to loyalty, what legacy do you want to leave as a marketer in this region?
I want to do really impactful campaigns, that can actually become talk of the town. So, certain brands like, say, when you say Dove, you really always have in mind their Real Beauty campaign.
Real Beauty Skin.
Yeah, or about Coca-Cola, you think about their Share a Coke campaign. So, whichever brand that I do work with, I really want to do something that can add value to the consumer's life. And the brand can be on top of your mind. As long as you're collaborated with the brand, you want your brand to be the number one for your consumers. So I think that's what I would like to do.
Yeah, very nice. Chesna, now there's some bloopers, okay? Sell a masala to a Gulf expat who's never tried Indian food.
I think I'll ask them, do you want to cry?
Okay.
And maybe make them try some spicy masala. So anyways, they'll have tears in their eyes. So especially I don't think the Arabs or white Arabs or the Filipinos are ready to take that spice of Indian food.
Right. Nice. All right, Chesna. Imitate a brand manager's reaction when sampling flops at an event.
I think we should definitely fire that chef. He did not make it right.
Okay.
My recipe is good. My recipe is good.
Okay. Nice. All right, Chesna. If you could use only one marketing buzzword for an entire week, which one would you pick and why?
It's not one word actually. It's like the sentence people say is like, subscribe and share. Okay. After every YouTube video of different channels if you see. But I don't know if the creator actually knows.
Who will you be like asking?
Like, subscribe and share. Because that has become like a ending note for most of the videos that you see on YouTube. Yeah.
Nice. Chesna, a last one. It's a tongue twister. You'll have to repeat this 5 times in one breath, if possible.
One breath? Yeah. Okay.
Or you can take attempts, all right? Let's start. Say Chesna's channel choices champion category-changing campaigns across crowded consumer corridors.
Oh my God, this is tough. This is really long. Okay, I can go halfway and then you have to give me a...
Try how much ever is possible.
Chesna's channel choices champion category.
Nielsen's brand.